Welcome everyone. We're here at the World Electrolysis Congress, organized by World Hydrogen Leaders. My name is Johann Wiebe, I'm from the Hydrogen Standard. And with me today is Denis Thomas from Accelera, Global Head of Business Development and Marketing as Manager. Welcome.
Welcome, good morning.
Thank you for being here. They're also a gold sponsor, so thank you very much for your support. Denis, we know Cummins. It's a well-known brand in the industry. But we don't know so much about Accelera, maybe also one of the reasons why you're here. But maybe you can tell us a little bit about your recent sort of launch of the new brand and what it really stands for.
Yes, thank you. So in fact, Accelera, it's a new brand of all the zero-emission technologies that we have actually at inside Cummins. Previously, they were actually known under the business unit New Power, and we decided actually to rename that business unit to also tell to the market the level of our ambitions. And we want actually to generate revenues in the range of 6 to 13 billion US dollar by 2030 on all these zero-emission technologies that we have inside Cummins. Among those technologies, you will find electrolysers, which is obviously the topic of the conference today. But we also have like fuel cell technologies, battery technologies, electrical traction technologies, hydrogen storage technologies. And so all those technologies are actually included into this new brand, Accelera. And so we have also like a new website and a new communication strategy as Accelera.
Okay, so if I understand it correctly, Accelera is sort of like the overarching brand for sort of like the environmental conscious sort of technologies maybe of the Cummins group, sort of the electronics portfolio of which hydrogen and hydrogen powertrains form one part of.
Yes, more or less. It's not. It's zero emission. So it's not low emission, it's really zero emission. Because on the rest of the activities of Cummins, we keep investing into lowering the CO2 footprint of our technologies, also on the engine side. And so it's more like zero emission, that's Accelera. Like low emission, it's still Cummins.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about sort of the hydrogen component in that portfolio?
Yeah, so in the hydrogen component, as I mentioned, we have like water electrolyzer technologies, we have PEM fuel cell technologies, and we have also hydrogen storage technologies in our portfolio.
What are some of the challenges that you see sort of like in those technologies, in the markets that you operate, and the clients that you service?
There are a number of challenges. As you can imagine, there is like increasing demand for all those products. And so first of all, there is a main challenge of educating the market to those new products. To give the example of electrolyzer technologies, for most of our customers, it's the first time that they are buying an electrolyzer. So actually we need to educate them on the technology before actually they are able to buy it. At the same time, it is like a very complex regulatory environment, meaning that a lot of those projects, they depend on like funding or let's say laws that actually need to be published so that they can reach final investment decision on those projects. So it means that a lot of the projects on which we are talking, they are kind of like delaying the decision process. And on our side, actually, we want to invest into our production facility to make sure that we are answering the needs of those customers. And so there is a lot of challenges there in actually making a proper planning of our manufacturing upscaling in combination with the market demand, which is completely new and extremely aggressive in terms of...
I'm just going to interrupt you for a moment because I would like to delve into a little bit more on the detail, sort of what you mentioned. Talking about some of your customers and maybe some of the markets that you operate in, are you sort of like geographically focused more in North America, or do you also have more of a presence now in Europe?
Yes, so it depends, obviously, on the type of technology. As we're in an electrolyzer conference, I will then try to focus on say electrolyzer products. So we operate globally as Cummins. The thing is that we see that we've identified 3 key regions on which we're focusing right now. One is Europe, one is North America, and one is China. And that's where actually we have made our first investments into, say, new factories in those geographies. But then in terms of the customers, we have different type of customers. Our historical customers, they were like mainly industrial gas companies or industries that were buying electrolyzers because they needed hydrogen. But what we see with all those new regulations stimulating renewable hydrogen or green hydrogen, we see a lot of new customers, like utility companies, project developers, which are now seeing this as a new opportunity for them to not only sell power or renewable power, but to sell the hydrogen molecule to new customers that want to decrease carbon emissions.
Okay. Can you tell us maybe a little bit about sort of Cummins' ambitions in terms of growth and their strategy? I mean, previously we've also seen Cummins being on a buying spree, so to speak, buying a company like Hydrogenics or Hydrogenics, sorry. Now we see sort of a development in Accelera. What can we expect from sort of Cummins in this area? A little bit focused on sort of the hydrogen side of things.
Yes. So most of the new activities that we have under Accelera, they've been made through acquisitions of companies. Obviously, Hydrogenics was one of them, where actually we purchased electrolyzer technology and also PEM fuel cell technology. We have a joint venture with Enprox on hydrogen storage. And this is actually what is happening on the hydrogen side. We are still looking for like additional opportunities in the market, and can obviously not reveal right now the type of activities we are doing, but clearly we're still analyzing a lot of our opportunities to actually grow our product portfolio and also to go faster. As you understood, Accelera, we really want to go faster, to bring faster products to the market, and you have always two choices. Either you develop them yourself, or you actually acquire someone that already has the product. And so we're clearly active on that front as well.
So do I understand it correctly then that you're upstream as well as downstream, sort of active upstream with the electrolysis side of things and downstream sort of with the fuel cell applications? And so what are some of the developments there?
Yes, so on the upstream side, that's clearly water electrolysis. On the downstream side, we are mainly focused on the mobility sector. So in the same way as Cummins is actually active in the mobility sector, selling engines. So everything which is like heavy-duty mobility, and also what we call the off-highway segment, so like mining trucks, cranes, etc. Also, we're active on stationary power generation, so gensets. And we're exploring the opportunity actually to do it also with hydrogen.
Looking a little bit at sort of like the mobile applications, particularly in the automotive segment, promise is hold, for example, in the heavy-duty applications. More the light-duty applications seem to be more better suited with batteries, but on the heavy-duty applications, particularly buses and trucks, fuel cells hold a lot of promise. How do you guys see sort of like that development?
It's one of the, I'd say, growth sector for Accelera. You might not know that actually we supply the fuel cell for the Alstom train, the hydrogen train. So it's clearly an engine of growth for us. We are not only actually focusing on hydrogen fuel cells, we also have launched last year our hydrogen engine. And so what we are currently doing with our customers, or like the truck OEMs, bus OEMs, we are actually supporting them actually to make the conversion from diesel engines to like cleaner technologies. And depending on the application, sometimes it's better to use like a PEM fuel cell in combination with batteries and an electrical engine. Sometimes it's better to go to hydrogen engine, or sometimes a combination of those technologies. What we think is that there is no like one-fit-all solution. There is one solution for every specific application. And we want to have in our portfolio all those solutions to actually support our customers in this destination zero objective.
Interesting. Making a slight sidestep sort of to the conference, what is your experience so far? Is it easy for you to see familiar faces, to make new contacts, to maybe get some prospects?
Yes, actually it's a very interesting event. A lot of people are coming to us with a lot of questions about Accelera because the announcement is very new. But also there is a lot of demand for like information about all our technologies. And I think it's really the right place, a lot of networking opportunities. Also a lot of existing customers visiting the show, I would say new prospects also. So it's very interesting in general. Very satisfied to be here.
Did you see any interesting presentations?
That's a good question. Actually, myself, I didn't follow a lot of the presentations. As you see, we're on the trade show. We had like continuously visitors on the booth, but my colleagues are actually following the presentations.
Great. Thank you very much, Denis.
Thank you.